Hello, hello. It has been a long time. It has been maybe one of the biggest gaps in this entire Let's Play series. Since we last checked in on Terramander and the Terramanderville, and I have no good news for you. At the time I said, oh, I'm just gonna like build up some ticks, and then I'm gonna find a time in which I'm like really motivated to grind Township. That never happened. I never kind of felt like going back, nuking the city off the map again and restarting for the fourth time. Instead, I just kind of waited for that miracle of motivation to happen, and in the meantime just cooked. It may not seem like we cooked that much, but that's because I have it auto-equipped. We actually have 1.5 million perfect mystic sharks. So I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to go to war once more and pick up my arms and slay all of the exciting new monsters, which we have not even touched yet. But the thing that's stopping me is that I really want to have the ultimate perfect max cape, which requires 120 in all skills, including Township, which in turn was delayed by me not being motivated on Township, and now we're in this situation. But somewhat recently, I did unlock another option, which is to not restart Township, but instead to just plunge ahead with the mediocre rate we have, which is in our miserable, corpse-overflowing city where no one is happy, no one is working, there's nothing to be done. The only working class is the farmer, who dutifully is keeping our food above the black line. I don't know. I realized that I have enough ticks that even at this dismal rate, we're going to hit level 120. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Because, I don't know, I think Township is a great skill. I think it's really fun. It's like really addictive and mesmerizing to just kind of get into that rhythm of building and upgrading, and I think the tasks are a cool system. Still got a couple tasks left. The trading interface in and out of Township skill is interesting too. I didn't really dive into that much, but it seems like it has potential, especially if you're trying to really focus on certain skills. This is a way to kind of like mitigate what you're missing out on. Anyways, with all that said, I still don't really feel like doing it again. I don't really feel like spending the hour or two to get up to this point and just praying the whole time I don't misclick and kill everybody. So yeah, instead we're just gonna cheese it out and get to 120. And what I'm hoping is that, you know, way down the line they're gonna expand on this skill. I don't know if that's gonna be through another max level upgrade. I have no idea if that's in the work. I imagine at some point there will be like more unlockables, maybe more tasks, maybe more stuff to build, another tier of buildings. Who knows? But at that time, I'll make the effort to do things again. So I'm gonna try to like save what motivation I have. And in the meantime, let's start spending ticks. I'm not sure if this is actually the fastest way because it takes a little bit to calculate. Ooh, our skill XP gain per tick did go down because I think our available workers went up and our dead storage went up. Or our overflowing corpses went up, and our population, I guess, net probably went down. I'm gonna progress like this. It seems a little faster. Okay, it looks like we're stabilizing there. Okay, we went up that time. Okay, as long as we hover around that amount, we should be okay. I'm like over budgeted. You can see the leaps we're making are still like really substantial, and we're not spending down our ticks very quickly at all. Of course I want to just do the bare minimum to get to 120 so that when I am incentivized and motivated to play this mode again, I'll have a whole lot of ticks to start off with, which sounds like a lot of fun. So yeah, I don't know. I'd said twice, I think, now that I really wanted to avoid doing this because it just seemed like kind of a scamaz, and the idea of my miserable, miserable town with its huge mountain of corpses. They're pretty well educated though. Really didn't sit well with me. But I don't know. We all have time for hypocrisy in our lives. And I itch for violence. I've now, you know, conquested my bread and my sharks to such a degree that I feel silly still just sitting there cooking day in and day out while untold evil forces ravage the land of Melvor. So with those justifications and many others, we're just gonna plunge ahead. This is riveting content, isn't it? Just slowly clicking. Okay, that's still about the same. Inching our way forward. With these bigger levels, of course, the leaps aren't quite as much, but very rarely will you get to just see an XP bar jump up this much from mere clicking, so that's exciting. This makes me wonder, how many ticks does it take to get... How many ticks does it take? That's fun to say. How many ticks does it take to get to 120 if you don't actually just build anything at all? And you have, like, population of whatever the starting default is. I don't know. Like, I don't know how much EXP per tick you can possibly get with that. We're up to 116, of course. Moving forward, tick by tick. Brick by brick and tick by tick. Let's force a cloud save. Make sure that's online. And after this, something more exciting. After this, we're going to do some combat at last. We're going to buy our Omega Skill Cape and pick up our swords once again. The new combat stuff is definitely scary looking. I think there's a lot of monsters that are just gonna rock our shit pretty definitively. So I'm not really sure how to go about it. Like, we're gonna have to like gear up several times, I think, en route to being able to idle any new content. So I think my goal is to try to find something that has interesting drops. Ideally, drops that are like combat helpful, that I can actually idle, and then leave stuff idling overnight. Just something new that I can do overnight besides cooking sharks, because I've got enough sharks. I kind of wanted to go until I had 1 million bread, but I don't know. That's a more long-term goal. I'm sure I'll have to cook sharks again sometime eventually. It's kind of hard to picture either way, because I do have like 1.5 million sharks. Okay, coming up on our last level here. Spent over half our ticks, but we're gonna make it from my calculations. And if not, we're gonna cry together. But yeah, we're gonna sail past 1.4 million. We're still, I think this is maybe close to the all-time high. Oh, now it's low again. I think it's just sinusoidal that there's sequences of ticks where we end up with a lot of population, and then sequences of ticks where we end up at a low point after a lot of people have died. Because a lot of people are dying, I'm noticing, which is not great. But we're just gonna, you know, see this number, you know, that maybe this is what you get when you put a leftist in charge. Negative 2 million happiness. I'm not taxing anybody, at least. I thought about, before this, I was like, oh, maybe I should be taxing them, because they're already so miserable, like, what's the difference? But, A, it's not worth the effort, and B, like, I don't know, I can get money elsewhere. Alright. We can now inch forward a little bit here for extra fun. Oh, we just hit it. Okay, sweet. Nice. Alright. That means we are, once again, Maxed! It's exciting. We haven't actually been maxed in this game in a long, long time. Ever since Township was unveiled and all the other skills got bumped up to 120, it was a long way off. Alright, so what that allows us to buy, of course, is the Superior Max Skill Cape. Eventually I'll want 3 of them for all my equipment sets, but no time for that for now. Oh, let's spend down our Mastery for funsies first. I'm going about this very haphazardly. Just trying to get... At first I was like leveling all of them equally, and now I'm just like maxing out one at a time. I'm not really sure why I changed from one from the other. Okay, enough cooking. I think I've been cooking for like 3 or 4 weeks straight. I don't know, since the last video basically. Or I guess there was some fishing in the middle. I think I want you for the potential combat build. I might want you. This is a setup I had for grinding something I needed for doing township tasks. All of these seem like they're... This, I guess, is mostly set up for fighting the final boss from before, from pre-expansion days. I guess let's first kind of figure out what it is we're going to try to fight. And then I'll make sure I got a good combat for that. So these guys we've already dealt with. Nothing new there. The Jungle Labyrinth is our first. And this, so I guess all of these we're going to want to idle long enough to get the Labyrinth Clue. And they also just drop some other cool stuff. Like this I need to get. Herb seeds are always nice. This is new. This is new, and I assume I'm going to need to get a whole bunch of them. Same with this. They're just materials. Let's just kind of see how far we can get. Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, these things I could fight. These things I could idle by the end, which were pretty scary. Enemies have a 105% chance to apply deadly poison per attack. Per attack? Deadly poison? Let's do a little bit of research before we die. Deadly poison to the target. But what is deadly poison? Second debuff that is stronger poison than the other poison. Essentially you have 2 poison debuffs active. Okay, okay. So yeah, I'm not too scared. Let's get Physical Combat Man going. I gotta start loading up the quick equips. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I gotta start loading up the quick equips. That seems very useful. I've confused myself. Where's my... Bro, I just bought it. No. Yeah, the quick equips seem really useful, but I'm too dumb to understand how they work. We need a helmet. Let's just use, See, this is the other thing I was like, oh, should I try to get a whole set of, like, divine stuff? Which I have. Yeah, I did this because I thought, ooh, and then we can upgrade it. Iridum bar, ooh, don't have all that. If we equip it, oops, I'm not sure if, oh my gosh, I'm like literally too stupid to use this. Okay, we equip this first. Then we look at the Terran armor. Or no, that was Ragnar armor. And then if we view item stats, yeah, it'll show us. Okay, so it's like way worse. Right? But the damage reduction on this one is... The damage reduction is way better. I think we gotta emphasize damage reduction still. I assume. And then we can get the better shield. I believe. Damage reduction -3. No, let's just max damage reduction. I think that's what we want. So we want Ragnar Helm too. Because this gives another 7 damage reduction. So our overall DR is 47%, which is pretty good. Can we get that any higher? Or ring slot is empty. What's the spiked shell ring? What's another +2? I do want my... Didn't I unequip this? No, because I don't know how quick equip works. Quick equip. More like slow equip. Okay. Am I happy with this loadout? Not really, which is why we're gonna pray Porsect item as well. But let's jump in here and see how we do. This thing is pretty sick. We're gonna leave this on. Okay, this thing is easy. This thing is easy. I feel already like I can idle this thing overnight. I'm sure my build isn't super optimized, but we're gonna be able to do some good stuff here. Maximum hit. Oh, let's look at that again. Maximum hit 425. Auto eat below 476. Yeah! Hell yeah! Look at these. I'm stacking up the stuns. I got the tidal wave going. Boom. The only other thing I considered using is that I have the Omega Mega God Sword. Here, let's sort my bank by something more reasonable. Oh, you know. How do I sort? How do I... Did I... What? But how do I sort? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Default sorting. Sort. The other thing I want to do is yet again a feature that I'm just too stupid to use. Bank slots. This actually seems so handy because I'm constantly scourging and scrounging around. Okay, you know what? We're gonna let these guys fight it out for a little bit. And then we're, in the meantime, gonna do a little bit of organization. Okay, so I want to put... What do I even want to do, though? What is it that I'm always going in here to find? It's like skilling equipment, but I don't have to change that so much anymore. Oh my gosh, I should charge these MFers up. Maybe I gotta be a little more considerate about this. For people at home watching this, how do you like to sort your bank? What's useful? Because it's kind of like, oh, I think, oh, I could, you know, put any potentially relevant armor in there. That seems good. But then it's like, wouldn't I just have those equipped if that was good? I don't know. I don't know. We're stacking up some interesting stuff here. The jungle spores is a new item. And I think it's used as a material. Yeah, there's no like upgrade or anything. I think it's used for some new potions. Or not? Oh yeah, here we go. Area control potion. Ooh, that's actually quite handy. And anything else? But yeah, that does seem handy. Because I feel like now that they're putting 105% chance and stuff, getting the Slayer negation up is going to be a big thing. This is so exciting though. Because I'm like at the very outer cusp of it again. It's like I'm fighting chickens and spiders and farmers again. It's a hungry plant, but you know, it's just a hungry plant. I have no idea what it is that I'm going to be needing to do to deal with all of these. Like, bro, I'm going to have to fight this monster croc. I'm going to have to fight it until it drops the bleed burner cape. How am I going to deal with that? What does that even mean? It's really, really exciting. And my kind of like humble poking around going, oh, you know what? Maybe I will need that potion. It's just really exciting for me. By the way, what potion am I using right now? The Diamond Luck. I don't need to use that. I think we hit this guy pretty reliably. So I think this will be my overnighter with the hope of getting, you know, some Labyrinth Clue 1 and some Carrion Bark 2, which I need for the hardest hardwood armor. Still haven't gotten any of that drop, actually. But what I want to do in this video is check out some of the other enemies and kind of see how far I can get with what I got. So let's stop fighting you for now. Run. Let's grab my max skill cape and my signet ring and go over to Mr. Ranged, who looks pretty set up. We're just gonna upgrade the cape and get this on the passive slot. And I don't know, this is probably, we'll get the Glacier armor. Okay. Oh yeah, what's that? Super God sword. Oh, there it was. How does this stack up to Tidal Edge? Huh? Am I really comparing to Tidal Edge? Yes, I am, I guess. Well, that's a lot of big numbers, that's for sure. We can try this out later. It's a two-hander, though, so I don't get my sword, or my shield. Okay. This seems fine. Let's try fighting this poison toad. Just one last check. Can we fight this thing? We're still gonna keep praying the same stuff, because I have a ton of prayer points. Okay, I just killed one already. Yeah, Shockwave kind of annihilates this thing. Oh, I have my buddies going too. I don't think I want to use this right now, because I'll probably want them more for like a boss later. The Weakness Finder Clape. I suppose I could idle this thing too, because there's like two things I wanted to get. The maximum hits are NBD. 1000% poison lifesteal. Well, that's annoying. This thing does seem like if I don't get some good shockwaves, it will kind of just come back to life. But I'm not too scared. Okay. So yeah, maybe I'll idle this thing overnight just because it has 2 rare drops. And I'm like pretty well equipped. I don't think prayer's gonna run out. I got Persect item on. Okay, okay. This is good. We can kill frogs. We can kill frogs. What's next? What's next? Congamato. Alright. Scary. Let's stop killing frogs for now. Switch over to Magic Man. We'll grab you. And you. And see what Magic Man can do. Before we were casting some spell for the final boss, I think I don't know, do we do Ancient Magics here? We could fire this one off for a long-ass time, which is nice. And it's pretty good. Our accuracy rating, I think, will still be high enough. Okay, let's fight the Congamato. I think this should still be easy. Maximum hit 439. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. Reduce player damage reduction by 8%, so that's already taken into account, but that's actually quite scary. This thing also has 2 rare drops. Okay. This is not too bad. And I like, you know, Incinerate, it's just guaranteed damage. This thing does regen poison damage, but Incinerate just looks like it's completely consistently outpacing it. So maybe this is the Overnight Idol? I don't know. I'm like so excited. I feel like a kid in a candy shop trying to figure out if I want to dig endlessly in the candy bin for this super rare item or some other super rare item. This one looks very interesting because it seems like skilling equipment. You know, it seems like it makes fletching faster or something, which would be pretty sweet for grinds that I have lying ahead of me. Okay, I'm content. Next we have Conda, also magic. So we can just hop over and start fighting it. Got my finger on the run button. But all the maximum hits are pathetic. Yeah, none of these are too scary. This guy just has a lot of HP. And, okay, hopefully we can get a drop of this material. Because if this is a material that's kind of like the core fragments and stuff, where it's like, oh, you need 100 of these to make the actual equipment, then I would like to overnight this. Because that's just like a grind that will take a long time no matter what. Do I still have my dude attached? Oh yeah, these guys have a dude attached. But I think this is actually a good dude to have. I think the DPS is just so high that it's like worth... Okay, let's idle this one hopefully long enough until we get this material drop. And then I can see if it's worth just chilling on this guy and getting the 100 materials or whatever. Nice. Still none. Okay, well that's happening. Let's take a look at the future of the account, because the future is wide open now that we've kind of re-unlocked combat for ourselves. Skills, 100%. You love to see it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Boom, boom, boom. Mastery, actually not that bad either. In terms of base game mastery, it's just like some new items they added to these skills. And we're like almost all the way there for all of them. Fantastic. Items, this one is huge. Lots and lots of stuff left to do. Show undiscovered items. Oh, okay. Show all. Yeah, I don't even know where to start speculating on what this stuff is. There's 5 more remaining in the base game, which is kind of surprising to me. I'm not sure what those could be. Oh, there's 8 more remaining in the base game. I don't know. I'm sure I'll encounter them at some point or another. And then in Throne of the Herald, the vast majority have yet to be seen. I mean, there's a lot that we could get trivially. Like, we could pick up all these skill capes. It would just be expensive. So I think it's a long way off. I'm trying not to hover over it, but, you know, maybe accidentally I will. I just will try not to look. Monsters. This I feel like we can get going very quickly. We've already taken out 4 of these new normal dudes. Dungeon bosses. This is a scary row of big question marks, but we'll get there. Pets. Oh, there's still 2 cats I didn't buy? Oh my lord. I guess I never got to having that many cats in my town. That's just sad. And then I think probably a lot of these are boss pets, but I'm not sure. So like, how do I go about doing this? Let's take a look at like the chain of requirements for just beating all the content, not even grinding all this stuff out. So the Ancient Sanctuary is required for these 2. So right now this is the only new Slayer area I can do. To do the Ancient Sanctuary, I need to get the Labyrinth Solution purchased, which in turn requires all the labyrinth shards. Okay, so I'm kind of just chilling until I can idle out all these. Okay, that actually makes it easy. I actually really prefer this to if it was any more complicated and there was any more decision making involved. So my first goal is just to grind out all of these monsters until I get their rare drop, the labyrinth clue. So that's actually not too bad. The only one we haven't tried fighting yet is this guy. And this is the only one that may cause trouble because it is actually higher combat level than the dragon. Do we ever... Give me some friggin' materials. Oh my lord. This is a ranged monster. Let's try fighting one. we'll try fighting one. We'll try fighting one. I'm scared, but we'll try fighting one. After we kill this current Conda. Zap. No material. Run. Grab this. Grab this. Go back to our street fighting man, who really is equipped quite arbitrarily, but, you know, we're going to eat once, we're going to fight the Alarin, and we're going to get ready to run if I see a big number. 455, and feeling fine, right? Super confirm, good. Poison... Sleep for 2 turns on hit. That's so annoyable. Annoying? I started reading the word unavoidable and I said annoyable. Perform a normal attack at 10. Okay, sure. Very annoying. Very annoying. Very annoying, very annoying. But we are staying alive against this thing. And we actually killed it super decisively. Wormtail Sades is cool. Big Jungle Spores drop. More materials that I assume... I'd like to get 1 drop and confirm, but I assume this is something where I need like 100 of them and then they turn into something else. And then of course the labyrinth clue. But I think we're ready to idle. I think we're just gonna fight this damn plant like it's the little shop of friggin' horrors up in here. And I guess I'll check in tomorrow. I don't know, I'm not really sure with what frequency I'm going to make videos on this. Definitely for like dungeons I want to do a video of the first playthrough because that just seems exciting. For kind of going through each Slayer area, I thought that was fun, just making sure I can kill each of the monsters. It's a little exciting, a little thrilling maybe, because who knows? Who knows if I'll come back and I'll have died and I'll be really grateful that I have per sec item on. But yeah, that's this is my big return. I'm back in Melvor, I'm killing plants, and it's feeling good. So see you in a bit. Bye-bye.